Yeah, not the kind of weather you want to be traveling in for sure. That's something that we have our eye on right now. Both air, sea, land, it doesn't matter. Any mode of transportation, not a good idea right now. Temperatures are in the 20s, low 30s, as you can see there. So the cold air has taken shape, and that's what's going to allow and support for frozen precipitation for the time being. Across much of the area, this is what it looks like 6 o'clock, and then that rain snow line starts to slowly inch further north, right along the south shore of Long Island, cuts through Staten Island. We have that rain snow mix, maybe even some freezing rain. And then further south, highlighted in green and yellow, that is rain, and at times it'll be a little heavier. That's why we see those little specks of yellow. But further north across the Hudson Valley, we're going to see pretty much all frozen precipitation. If you're in, let's say, White Plains, you may notice some raindrops. The Bronx, the rain transitions beginning at around the 9 o'clock hour. So it's been pushed up a little bit just to reflect that. But if you're in Passaic County, for instance, 9 o'clock, you have that rain snow mix, and that's something that we're going to watch, and maybe even some freezing rain. And the transition continues at around the 11 o'clock hour. It slowly winds down from west to east, 12 to around 1, maybe even 2. Now, there may be some lingering showers to come, but I think the main concern thereafter will be some areas of fog. Up to about 2 inches. Higher amounts are further north and west you go, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some isolated amounts, 3, maybe even 4, but again, that's well north, well inland. Could see a couple inches up to that amount across the 5 boroughs. Nassau, Suffolk, less amounts, but still, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still a hazard, especially you top that off with ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch is possible. I know right now we're not seeing necessarily that being illustrated here, 1/100th of an inch, Montgomery 3/100th of an inch in Bridgeport, but there may be some areas where you'll see a 0.1. So that means that it could be quite dangerous. It's be like being on an ice skating rink. All right, so 1/2 inch as far as liquid equivalents, maybe a little less in some areas. Some of our storm impacts that we're looking at, high risk for snow, flooding low risk. We're not looking at much in the way of flooding conditions, but gusty winds, especially tomorrow, and icing will be a high risk. The power outages are possible. Now remember, with that ice, it could weigh down tree branches. It could weigh down power lines, and that's why we have that high risk for power outages there. Futurecast for your Saturday, that's our next storm system that we're tracking. That's after around 10, 11 o'clock. We're going to tweak the time. It's still quite early, but I just wanted to put a bug in your ear and let you know what's to come, especially for that big game. It should clear out in time for that. And then we're tracking more rounds, prolonged periods of rain and snow. We'll send it back over to Alexa.